Can you guys hear that dog barking? Like, honestly, can anyone hear it? Okay. Thank you, Shakima. It's been taking a bit of a toll on me. It's like every day, I think the dog's getting more and more comfortable with its barking voice. And so, yeah, uh, sometimes people can hear it in their readings. I found out last night. And so I've been trying not to do readings when the dog is barking. But that doesn't really happen very often during waking hours. So, hello. As long as you can't hear it, I am going to do my best to not be bothered by it. So, let's go ahead and get going, guys. I'm going to restart. Welcome to Ascent. I'm here with a twin flame reunion ascension insights reading. I put out a poll on the community tab on the channel today to find out what exactly the collective needed to hear, and I was not surprised to see that it was split. Typically, I kind of have a sense. Sometimes, even if I don't have a sense, I get a very direct message. But when it came down to doing a message for this week, even last week, was just very strange. And so, what I'm noticing is there's a lot of divine feminines going through a lot of different things right now. And when that happens, I do believe there is still an overarching energy. It's just that because there's so many unique ways that it's playing out, it can be challenging to pin down what exactly is happening. So I was led to go with the reunion focused twin flame insights reading. So this is going to be beneficial to divine feminines, divine masculines if you're here, and pretty much anyone who either, again, you sense union is coming, it's right around the corner, it's right there, or there's some information you believe that you need, whether or not you think it's close. So go ahead and like the video, comment below if there's anything that you'd like to know in upcoming videos, because again, there's a lot of energy and I want to be able to help as many of you as possible. But I'm going to bless and shuffle. We're using the Angel Guide Oracle deck here. All my decks are always going to be listed in the description below, so if you ever want to get like me, use the same decks, or even just kind of check out what I've got going on and support me through that affiliate where I get like a couple cents if you buy the deck. Make sure you use the links in my description below. I think that's everything. Let's get going. You know, I'm not going to show the energies, but I'm going to look at them. If you can see them in the corner, then okay. All right, so this learning experience, it's for our protection, and it's also to help us release some things. I mean, look at that. We pull the angel deck, and of all the cards I can show, we get this card, Guardian Angel. So I believe that the messages that we're about to get today, each of us is going to be able to connect with them as if it's our own guardian angel, you know, whether you've got one or a million speaking directly to us. What if we could have an understanding? You know what, actually, I'm gonna save this. This is gonna be our last card. I'm gonna just like put that over there. Well, I'm gonna put it somewhere I don't want to forget it. But okay, now if we could have an understanding of what this message is about, because I feel like this is the unasked question to everything that we're going to get through the message itself. So hold on here, but what do we need to know? Okay, now this was in the energy, angelic protection. You know, and this is where I say, so again, we've got guardian angel and angelic protection coming up. I have a feeling here you're going to get some clarity on why things have been going the way they've been going, why your journey was set up the way that it was set up. Definitely clarity on the purpose of your separation. I really get that here. So if you like it so far, this is for you. If you're not sure, I would say hang through the first two cards. And if you're like, no, I just don't resonate with this, bookmark it if you think you're supposed to watch it later, and if not, mute it so you can hang out in the chat or go ahead and maybe find another video to watch, okay? I've got a lot of stuff on the channel. a lot of really awesome content for manifesting, a lot of really tough and honest content about being a twin flame. Make sure you check out the playlists. If there's anything that you think you need to know, you can always just search on YouTube, Fiery Grace the Gifted, and then any keyword, and it should pull up readings for you, okay? I'm going to get 6 cards. Let's see. Whoa, that was fast. Okay. Whoa. Alrighty, so let's see. Here. Okay. And this is our last one. This is okay. So the first thing that we're going to do here is we're going to look at what you probably want to know. What you maybe know. I feel like this is what you maybe already know. What you have a need to be confirmed for the rest of this. So let's figure this out. We'll start with, I guess, what we do want to know, or no, what we do already know. I really should start writing this stuff down if I get a freaking idea, right? Okay, so yeah, this is definitely what we already know. We already know that we're supposed to be surrendering. We already know this, and I think this is the confirmation. Some of you, I've actually been getting messages lately about moving forward and taking steps to, detach or just create some more distance between you and your counterpart right now. Again, not forever, maybe even not for a long term, but just long enough to get some clarity. I think others, the surrendering is, even if I'm not trying to detach from my person, I'm at the very least going to find a way to release this need to hold on to a certain standard or idea. And it's not to say lower your standards. It's that perhaps the standard you're applying does not really work here. It makes me think about standardized testing here in America. And they often talk about, asking a fish to ride a bike. And that's what a lot of standardized tests can be, because it depends on whose standard is setting the standard for that test. And so it's like, I kind of get the same sense of, you may be setting a standard of what feels or seems right to you, but in the end, there might be a shift, something else that you're supposed to be focusing on. And the only way for you to see that with clarity is to surrender the idea that you have. Beyond all this, if you kind of came to this reading either not wanting to hear this and you just got triggered and now you kind of know you have to stay, or maybe not expecting to hear this but hoping to, this is definitely for you, and you're going to need to figure out the rest, because this is a very short part of the reading to me. This is like, hey, here's where you already are, and this is for you to make sure you understand there's nothing wrong with feeling this way. I know that some people can feel bad, they can feel guilty, but then about like maybe leaving their person behind or something, whatever. But I think this could be the other side of feeling bad that you just spent all that time doing things a certain way, or all that time believing something, and maybe even, fighting and telling everybody how you feel about it. And now you kind of have to like slink back into the shadows because that's how you feel, right? Like you can't, you feel almost like you're going to flip flop. And it's like, that's not really always how it works. Having new pieces of information, gaining clarity on things can allow you to change your mind, or maybe it's not even changing your mind, but just increasing your awareness and understanding of the reality of a situation. You need to be less worried about what people are going to say should you choose to surrender. You need to be less worried about, what might come up in the near future in messages or conversations with, like, even, in the spiritual community, where people say something along the lines of, like, never surrender. You guys have probably seen me post something like that, but I'm not always talking about one thing. When I say never surrender, I mean that thing that you know deep in your heart you're not supposed to give up on, not just anything and everything. So use your discernment. Really take the time to ask yourself why this would be the card to come up of the thing you already know, the thing you know is true for you. Now, let's keep going. So we're doing, this is making me think of, like, do you guys remember that? Is that where I got it? I don't remember what it's called. It's like a teaching tool, I remember. I can't remember, but it's like letters. Okay, so what are the letters? Yeah, it's the same thing. What you know, what you want to know, and what you want to learn, or something like that. KWL. Do you guys remember that? I don't know if anybody knows what we're talking about. That's what I feel here. So are we going here? I feel like we're going here. So if this is what we already know, then this is what we don't know. This is what we're missing. Now, I don't know if this is saying they're about to tell you what you don't know, or if they're saying to you, hey, you don't know this and you still don't know this after. Does that make sense? I don't know if they're saying, hey, you need to know this before you go into the rest of the reading. I think it could be different for different people. But let's see. What is it that we don't know about our journey? Trust the universe. Interesting. You know what's funny is I think I'm hearing that phrase, you think you know, but you have no idea. You think you know to trust the universe, but there's something in there that makes you not trust the universe. The first thing that came to my mind, now this is not for everyone, but I know, like, there are people out there who have different beliefs about how twins can come together. And I think that this might be pointing to some who it's like, what you believe about the universe may go against you being able to trust the universe. So you guys know me, some of you, most of you. If you don't know, hey, what's up? It's me. But if you don't know me, just so you know, like, I do believe in reunion this lifetime. I believe in predestination, because I think that free will is possible even in predestination, simply because the creator knows what you would probably do with your free will in any situation. So it's not that hard to let that still play in. But anyways, so it's like, for me, I can totally trust the universe, because belief after belief after belief actually works really well with my twin flame understanding, with my dynamic of the my understanding of the concept. But what about those of you who believe that you should trust the universe, and also believe that the universe has given free will to you and your DM, and that reunion is kind of up in the air? Does that mean you're wrong? I mean, no, we just believe in different things. But what it does mean to you is that that belief kind of ends. It's like, I trust the universe, but I also believe this, this, and this. And I think that this is saying all of us we need to work through what we actually believe and figure out what that means and how it impacts our twin flame journey, dynamic, and just general understanding of who we are. Because for some, it's really easy. It's really easy to say, I trust the universe, and that means I very much easily can trust that my twin flame journey is going to be perfect. And some of you, by trusting the universe, you have to let that idea go completely. Now, I think that if that is not the case for you, I think that overall this message says, don't think that just because you trust the universe that everything's going to go your way. Don't think that just because you have this belief that the universe has your back, that you're not going to sometimes feel like it doesn't. Now, again, you're going to know that the universe has your back, but you can still have moments where you are going to question things because you are not in the fullness of your awareness when you're in this realm. And I want you to ask yourself, is that okay? Is it okay for you to not know everything and to sometimes even wonder if that means you can trust the universe? To me, I think the answer is yes. I think it's okay to sometimes be scared in the not knowing, in spite of the fact that I totally trust God. It's because it's not that I don't trust God to have everything turn out and work out for my good. It's that I trust God enough to know that God's going to do what God's got to do, and that could always mean that in certain moments I'm not going to be happy. Could also mean in certain moments I am. It's really not about me. And I think trusting the universe to that extent can be a bit of a roller coaster ride, because that level of awareness, that understanding that you know all about the universe and yet you really don't know much about it at all, but you are supposed to just go with it and trust it. Well, the thing is, we all know that it works out for the highest good of all, right? And I may be a part of the all, but in certain moments, it's not going to feel that way. And it's okay. It's okay to acknowledge that. It's okay to say, I don't feel good today. I don't like this. I'm unhappy. And you know what? It's okay for me to be unhappy in this moment. I'm going to use that to fuel me to find my joy. I'm going to use that to help me find or not find, but to readjust and to point my compass in the right direction. And I'm going to trust that even the dissonance and the conflict that the universe has created as a part of balance is just right for me. So remember, having a sense or a feeling of pain or sadness or fear or whatever doesn't necessarily indicate some massive distrust. So you just got to ask yourself some of these questions and say, where am I really at with this? Where am I really at? So, okay, we start the message off saying, listen, everything that you're experiencing right now is for your own divine protection. In the end, it will all make sense. It's helping you to cleanse and release and detach. The first thing you get is, hey, it's okay to surrender if you've been scared. If you've been wondering why you're blocked, boom, there's your answer. It's telling you, look, you don't know everything, but that's okay. You're not supposed to know everything. You're going to be told what you need to know. And you're also going to have to sit sometimes and know that maybe it just wasn't for you to know in the moment, and be okay with that. And if you're not, don't worry, you'll get there. I think this is saying, let's take a collective deep breath. Let's trust that everything is working out even when it doesn't feel like it. And that if we're able to surrender, if you look at the imagery here, you kind of have this swirling light that develops. And I think it's saying everything you need to know is inside of you. And if you don't need to know it, guess what? That's inside of you too. What if, this might sound crazy, but what if there's something inside of you that's like a little piece of you that holds all the things you don't need to know? What if you have like a vacuum or like a void inside of you where your spirit, before it, filters through to the 3D, is like, oh, nope, not for you, not for you, not for you. It's like, maybe you should trust the things that you don't know, right? Maybe there's something valuable there. All right, I'm going to move on. All right, so what do we do? I keep wanting to talk about what we want. Okay, W is want. I mean, I did it. Okay. Oh. What does that mean? So does it need to be like that? Like what you do want? No, this is what you know. So this is what you do want and what you don't want? That I don't understand. But all right, I think I can start with what we do want. We want a yes. And you know what? I think they're saying you can have a yes. You just have to ask yourself, are you getting to a point where there's only one yes? Now, we've talked about that for years. Mr. Lightwork and I have shared it with you guys. You have shared it with us in comments and videos and readings and all kinds of stuff. Sometimes it can get really easy to make the divine masculine or reunion the only yes that we'll accept. And we can just blow past all the other beautiful miracles in our life because it's like, oh, I got that great promotion I've been wanting for 10 years, but last year my divine masculine showed up and now nothing matters. And it's, that it's disheartening, I think. So just, that's the first thing I'll say. Just make sure that you don't have a bunch of yeses happening right now and you just don't notice them because it's not the one that you want. I think on the other side, this says, look, what you really want when it comes to union is a what would you call that? Like a success, a moment where you can say, I'm on the right track. This feels really good. And I think that what we're being advised to do here is to create the opportunities for it within ourselves. Again, I know it's really easy when we get caught up in the spiritual community to think that we have unlimited magic powers. But the truth is, if the universe gave all of us instantaneous magic powers just like that, oh my God, the world would have exploded by now. It would have exploded by now. So trust that when it comes to creating yes energy, you can totally do that with yourself and within you and your life, just you and your physical, your spiritual self, your mind, your heart, your being. Oh, you can make a yes for pretty much anything, especially if it's for the highest good of all. Then you will be supported by the entire universe. But what you cannot do is what you probably really want, which is to be able to force anyone to say yes to you. And you might say in the moment, well, no, Grace, that's not really what I want. But you have to understand that if you're asking for your divine counterpart to show up outside of divine timing, you're basically saying, I want to have control over that person. And then when I say that, you're going to pull back and go, well, that's not what I mean. And it's like, but that's the point. You need to ask yourself what you're really asking the universe for. You need to ask yourself, if you got that yes to whatever you've been asking for lately, would it be blank or blank or blank, or what would it be? And what timing would you be interrupting to get those yeses? Now, some of you are going to be like, actually, I've been focusing on me. This was a great confirmation for me because I've been getting a lot of yeses. I've been getting a lot of yeses where I always got no's or should have gotten a no again. This feels great. Some of you are going to say, man, I have been so focused on all the no's that either I haven't been getting any yeses or I've been creating more opportunities just with my attitude or my focus, right? In kind of creating more opportunities for negativity in my life. Whatever it is, deep down, what you really want is to move towards your fullness and your highest self. And we're hoping, right, that our counterpart is going to be right there with us. The only way for you to do that is to work on your own life. That's why I keep recommending to people, the longer I do this, just leave the twin flame community. Just get out of here. And I know it's crazy. People are always like, Grace, you really should calm down with that. And it's like, no, I'm never going to stop telling people, if it's not healthy for you, then get out of here. Not because I don't want you around me, or no, it's not even about that. It's about the fact that this was never supposed to be something that allowed you to become addicted to a person or totally like no good to the people in your life and to even yourself in your own world, because you're so wrapped up in some spiritual, and you come back 15, 20 years later and you're like, oh my gosh, I've done nothing for decades. Oh my goodness, I've wasted my whole life force doing absolutely nothing, being in my mind. You see, there's a balance there. Go create the yeses in your own life. Build, make something happen, move forward. Your divine masculine is doing that on their own. Do you know that? Some of you are mad at them for doing it because you think that they keep getting yeses that are leading them away from you. But again, that's probably because you got a trust issue with the universe and you don't see how no matter what they do and how far they think they're going, Mr. Lightwork calls it the rubber band effect. The farther it looks like they're going, the closer they're going to come back. The faster they're going to come back. So figure this out. You say, this is what I really want. How can you turn that into a yes? If your answer to that is, well, there's nothing I can do, I cannot influence that, that should no longer be what you want. Hear me out. If I ask you right now, what do you want most in your life? And you say, I want my DM. And I say, what are you going to do to get your DM? And you say to me, well, there's nothing I can do because it's on them. Well, then why do you want that? Pause. You might be like, Grace, what do you pause? Want something you can go and get. Change what you want to make sense. If you can't go get your divine masculine because they're them and they're doing their thing and handling their own vibes and energy and you cannot influence that, then what you can do is you can look past DM, past reunion, into the future and look at where you are in 5, 10, 20 years from now. Don't give me that, oh, I don't have 5 years. Okay, well then I don't know. Fine, you're not going to get into union in 5 years anyway. Sure, then whatever, screw it. I mean, because at this point, that's how I should talk to you. Not everybody, right? But if you immediately always go to, well, then I can't, okay, well, Grace, you just, listen. Stop doing that with your own self. If you got to go through that with someone in your life who's constantly naysaying you, fine. But if every space you turn to, your answer is, well, it's just, I just got to wait on. No, you don't have to wait on anybody. No, you don't have more no's coming your way. You go dig those no's out. And if it does not have anything to do with you and your life, that's not your yes to get. Want the things that are going to lead you to the things that you can't necessarily influence or change. Want a better life. Want a better home. Want more spiritual understanding. Want things that you can actually achieve for yourself. That is where your yes will lie. And that is what will lead you towards the yes that you really want, which is your DM and union. Go ahead and like this video, because the truth is, a lot of people will not watch a reading if it does not have divine masculine plastered all over it. If I don't use some sort of just like dang near clickbait, people won't watch it. But the truth is, people need these messages. Think about before you found me or whatever readers make you feel like, yes, I need to go forward. Before you found us, remember those questions. Remember the constant, just incessant need to search and change the search term. And maybe I'm not wording it right. And I don't know what I need, but I know I need it. This is the kind of stuff people are needing to hear. Like the video to make sure they get it. Okay? So, where are we at? Okay, so let me figure this out. Because we've got, this is what you do know, this is what you don't know. So this is what you do want and you can have. This is what you do want and you can't have. Yeah, that, okay, because that's different than, yeah, okay, all right. So what is it that we do want with regards to twin flames and our reunion and our counterpart, but we can't have? And I would even ask the question of, can we never have it? Can we just not have it now? Like, I kind of have a feeling that these are connected to each other. Like, so that would mean that it's probably going to help us understand. Okay, got it. So if this is, okay. This is, I think, about something outside of ourselves, something about maybe even our person. All right, let's just find out. So what is it that we want, but we can't have that is associated with this? Up. Jeez. Okay. Honesty and communication. Okay. So let's just be real. I'm pretty sure this has to do with our divine counterpart. Oy vey. Okay. Oy vey. I mean, I should just say this flat out, right? Some of you, point blank, really, really want and need your person to, tell you something, or maybe even just tell you what you want to hear, what you need to hear. Tell you, that they believe in you, that they think you're their person. Some of you would even be cool waiting on your person, right? I remember there was a point where Mr. Lightwork told me that maybe in 5 years, what did he say? It was like, maybe in 5 years, you could come over for Sunday dinners. And I remember sitting back thinking, this fool, because that to me was a very foolish thing to say to a woman like me. You think I'm going to just sit around And again, not because that's what all women want. No, but me. I've been very clear with what I want from you, or not you, but just a relationship in general, and my expectation of what my relationship would look like, just generally speaking. And surely it is not that we spend the rest of our lives together but apart and I come over for Sunday dinner. But to him, it was like, yeah, you can have that. Some of you guys don't want to hear what your divine masculine actually wants right now, because you hear that and you're gonna be like, fuck you, right? But on the other side, some of you would hear that and go, thank God, at least you see me in your future. But do you see, some of you are not meant to hear any of the stuff that they think that they should say. Some of you are not meant to hear what they are thinking of you in this moment, because if you did, it would break your heart. Some of you cannot receive honesty in communication because your divine counterpart is not honest. Not in the space they're in now. Some of you cannot receive communication because your person does not know how to communicate. Some of them point blank just don't want to communicate with you. Some of them know that the only communication you're going to receive or going to want to receive is a yes to your question of can we be together, and that's why you can't have it. Some of you, the only yes you will accept comes from your DM, and when you hear the truth, you would shut down and walk away, not just from twin flames, but you would walk away from your whole light work, all your purpose, because a lot of you have unfortunately associated twin flames and your calling and put them as one thing. And it's like, if you saw it the right way, that would be okay. But the problem is a lot of you would throw away your whole collective purpose. Everything you're meant to do the moment you walk away from twin flames, because you never before. See, I always had that idea of calling and purpose just from my spiritual background. Some people don't. Some people, this is the first they've ever heard of being a light worker or anything like it, having a deeper meaning, and they think it's just because they're a twin flame. Some people think it's because they're a starseed or this or that, and then they find out that that doesn't exist or that isn't real to them, or maybe they're this but not that, and they lose themselves. That's why you can't have honesty and communication right now. As much as you might want it, the honest truth of the moment or certain style or type of communication in this time, it would stop you on your quest for this yes. So instead of giving you this, they're saying, no, I want you to be able to go forward without getting what you exactly think you've told yourself you want and must have. I want you to be able to go forward without honesty and communication from your counterpart, especially when it comes to will we, won't we? Oh, the big question, what are we? Oh, nope. I've talked about this before, but I will say it because I feel like I've been saying it a lot in private sessions, but I haven't said it in public for a while. So some people will ask for a sign. You know what, actually? Oh man, okay. If you guys will bear with me for like 2 seconds, it's longer than 2 seconds, but there was a comment made on a video I posted a few days ago. I feel like it's gonna be, am I gonna be able to find it fast? Oh, I don't know. All right, if I can't find it in one more second, I'm just gonna try to remember what she said. Okay, I think I can't find it. So, basically the person just said, thank you for talking about the fact that just because you see a sign doesn't mean that it's really a sign. And long story short, what I had said in the video was, just remember that if you ask for a sign out loud, or if you ask for a sign like, oh, I want to see a rainbow, but then you live in Florida and it's going to be a stormy week, it's like, are you really asking for a legitimate sign, or are you just kind of pushing it? If you, the comment that the girl made was like, sometimes other readers will say, I try to tell you guys not to look for signs because I think you should do the opposite. I think a sign should like punch you in the face. But anyways, so I guess she said that some readers will be like, look for a panda. And then she'll say like, you can close your YouTube out and then you reopen it. And then the first thing that will come up is a video about a panda. And you go, oh my gosh, that reading totally was resonating. That must be for me. This is my sign. And a lot of people will associate something like that and they'll be like, okay, this reader said look for a panda. I'm going to look for a panda to prove that this person is my DM. And then the panda shows up and they live the rest of their twin flame life believing that sign, not knowing that the way the YouTube algorithm works, not knowing that the way that the Google AdSense revenue system works is to listen to the words that you hear in one video and then to put other videos out that match those words. So if you don't know that and you use technology signs, anything where you could be connected to a network of all your information, you don't realize that a lot of the stuff you're seeing is not real. And so this is what I want to say to you that I said I've been talking about a lot lately. Some of you have signs and syncs that you said, show me this or show me that, and it's completely real because it would be like nearly impossible for that to actually happen. Where others of you, it does happen and it's nearly impossible, but then later you find out that something was weird about it, like something was wrong, and you say, well, why would divine, source, spirit, universe, God, whatever I call it, do that to me? Well, put yourself in the perspective of divine for a moment. If I'm God and you come to me and you say, God, the only way I'm going to go forward on this twin flame journey is if you tell me, yes, this person is my person. You've now put God in this position. I can ignore you, but who knows what you'll do, right? I mean, I'm God. I'll know what you'll do. I know you well enough. Then there's the option of me saying yes and telling you yes, and it's the truth, or yes, and it's a lie. And then there's the option of telling you no, and it's the truth, or no, and it's a lie. So you've boxed me into your little human brain, and you're forcing me to tell you something in the moment. Now, those are just 5 options, right? That's just 5 options. I've got these 5 options. I'm not going to give you what you want just because you forced me. I'm God. You can't force me to do anything. What I'm going to do is I'm going to think about who you are, how I made you. Let me think. I made you super stubborn, and I also made you the type of person where relationships are everything to you. So knowing what you've got that I've set up for you 6 months from now, carry the one. We've got your true DM coming 3 years from now, but I know you can't wait for that. You'll go crazy. If I tell you no, you'll shut down. Oh, got it. So I'm going to go with option A because I know that's the only thing to get you to go forward. Now, guess what? You come back down into your body, into your mind, into your spirit, and you're like, God told me option A. It must be true. And it's like, it was true for the moment because you forced divine's hand to tell you what you wanted or thought you wanted to hear. So before you think signs and syncs are real and all this, again, not that they're real or fake, but that certain ones must mean this or that. I have experienced people who have told me exactly what they did to force divine's hand. And then later found out what ended up happening that then shook them to their core because their whole belief based or rested upon that forced sync. And the longer they got away from that sync and they knew it wasn't right, the more they clung to it and they had to believe it was real, because if it wasn't, that meant everything they just did for the past few years meant nothing. That's not true either. If you come to a point where you realize, oh my God, I made a mistake. I've been thinking the wrong thing. I've been going the wrong direction. You don't have to hold on to it anymore because you feel embarrassed. You don't have to hold on to it anymore because if you don't, everyone will think you're crazy. You can just say, I learned something today. I grew. And more than I want yes, more than I want an answer, I want the honest truth. And maybe the reason I can't have the honest truth right now is because I know I can't handle it. What if God told you that wasn't your person today? The fact that some of you could say right now you would be devastated is exactly why you have not been told that truth. Some of you, it is your person, And you will get it time after time, message after message that says, no, they're not your person, just to push you on the right path. So just trust the universe instead of constantly asking every 200 miles on a cross-country road trip, are we there yet? Is this the destination? Where are we going? Baby, we were going to Disney World. I've been planning this trip for you since you were born. And if you would just shut the frick up, we could go on the road and you could enjoy all the freaking beautiful scenery that I've set up for you. But instead, you just have to know. You know that's how your guides feel sometimes. Most of them don't. Most of them have maybe a flicker of frustration with you, but they know you. You're not mad. They get it. And the truth is they have to tell you what they have to tell you when they're allowed to tell it to you. The grand design is perfect in every way. And no amount of anything good or bad can stop that from being true. Which means that your final destination, and again, if you don't believe this, take this as you will, and we'll move on to the next message. But if you do believe in predestination and that things are written, there is nothing that can stop your story from playing out. And there is nothing happening in this moment stopping you from coming into union. That fear, that spirit of negativity, the inability to be grateful for every moment of the journey, it's all just icky poo-poo stuff. It's not real. And you have to start to be able to differentiate between when someone says that, oh, that's not real. My life is real, Fiery Grace. What are you talking? You don't know what I've been through. This is real. I didn't say you weren't. I didn't say that you're not a real person. I didn't say you're not a real twin. I didn't say you're not on a real journey. But what I am telling you is that belief you have that things are always just going to work out bad, that belief you have that your DM is never going to get there, or the belief that you have that, very simply put, the only way for you to get through this is if you know every single part of the plan, honey, all that is going to do is hold you back. It's not helping you move forward. Again, you can get defensive, you can be sad, you can be frustrated, and then when you're done with all those feelings and emotions, look at the truth of your situation and go freaking get it. Go get the things that you don't have to surrender. Go get the things that make you believe more in the universe than you ever have before. Go do things in your own life that give you those yeses. And goodness, please start asking questions that you can be given honest answers to. Start looking for things, for truths, so that you can actually receive what you're meant to receive. And not begging and pleading, because most of you complain about crumbs. Forgive me, most of you who complain about crumbs are often giving crumbs and holding on to the good stuff because you're selfish. Talking about crumbs. The universe would never give you crumbs. And if you really believe that, you're messed up. You're messed up, baby. You got to fix that. It's not how this works around here. It's just not. So, what's the last thing? Didn't I just say something about learning something? Because that's what this is. We're going to talk about learning. I wonder what this is. I guess it's just a general message. Let's talk about what okay. So we've got do and don't. Can and can't. So learn is, I don't know. Let's do now and later. Let's do now and soon, because I don't know, people don't like to hear later. So what is it that we need to learn right now? What is it that our guides are trying to get through to us right now, in this moment, with this energy, with these same questions, talking about surrendering, the things that are being put in our life to protect us along our journey? What is it that we need to learn right now? Oh, crap. You guys, I specifically used this deck so that we would not get the same messages. I shuffle on camera because every time I don't, somebody's like, you made that up and you put that spread out yourself. Okay. What the frick? I mean, divine timing. So what you need to learn now is the truth about divine timing. My question is, what don't you have? What don't you truly understand about timing? Because the fact that what you already know is surrender, it's funny because I kind of get the sense that your guides are having like a moment with you. Sometimes people will be like, Fire Grace, I don't comment very much, but I just personally felt called out by this. So I'm just going to kind of come in and I'm going to let you know what's going on. I already know that I'm supposed to surrender. I've been working on that. I believe in divine timing. I trust the universe. I feel like right now, this freaking whole reading is our guides trolling us. They're trolling us. They're just like, you want a message? You want an answer? You're amazing already. And at this point, the constant seeking of something different is just you looking for a problem because someone told you somewhere along the lines that if your person wasn't with you, or that, I don't know, something about twin flames not being in its perfect place, that something must be wrong. And it's like, what if everything you know is already true? What if the reason why you keep watching tarot really isn't because you are not doing good or not doing bad? It's just because you want information you just can't have. And you got the answer a year or 10 years or 20 years or even yesterday. And now you're back looking for readings that you're literally getting trolled. You're getting trolled. This is freaking nuts. I'm gonna read this because I feel trolled myself. I'm a little perturbed. I keep having to switch up the style because, again, the more people you get when you have a YouTube channel, you kind of invite in, like, YouTube trolls. And I'm getting trolled by freaking cards. It's like, are you kidding me? It's like, Fiery Grace, as much as you don't want to have to be the deliverer of this message, this is your message. We're going to literally lay it out in the... You know what? That's fine, because I'm just going to... It opens to cut the cords. Divine timing is next. You gotta be freaking kidding me. Oh my gosh. I'm going to read the first couple sentences of Cut the Cords because you need to learn divine timing. Cut the cord just kind of makes sense. In spirituality, cords are the energetic bonds that connect us to a situation, person, or place. There are different types of cords, but in this context, they are connections to situations or people that can have a negative and draining effect upon us. Hold on. We can also create a negative cord. Listen, we can also create a negative cord when we have an expectation of the outcome of a situation, especially when it is what? Outside our control. Jeez Louise. If you find yourself hanging on in a situation you know is unhealthy or negative, you are being encouraged to call upon all the help you need to help you release yourself from it. Oh man. Ultimately, cutting the cords is an act of self-care and self-love. And remember, self-love deficit disorder is what we have now coined for the good old-fashioned codependency. So let's just keep going. Let's actually read what we were supposed to read while we're continuing to be trolled. Divine timing. Hello. Life is always unfolding in the perfect time, space, sequence. So you're being encouraged to move into a state of trust. Can we please? All right, fine. I will read the message the whole way through. I will stop ruining it. I'm sorry. I'm getting a little snippy with my own freaking self right now, you guys, because I'm just like, you gotta be kidding me. I wanted a different message. Dude, I'm gonna put it to you like this. You are so loved. You're so loved. Someone loves you enough to just keep repeating the same thing to you over and over across all the cards, all the decks, and probably beyond my reading, some of you are getting the message again. So, okay. Read it again, Grace, and do it right. All right. Life is always unfolding in the perfect time, space, sequence. So you're being encouraged to move into a state of trust, knowing that good things are always unfolding for you. You may find yourself feeling impatient and unsettled, but instead of letting your ego and imagination pull you into a downward spiral, Trust that your prayers are being answered and your plans are coming to fruition in a way that is meeting your needs rather than your wants. Okay, Grace, you said you were going to read the message, so read the message. You may feel that your prayers aren't being answered or that your hopes aren't being realized, but you must know that the universe and your angels are always working towards the highest good and the outcome that will serve you best. When this card appears, trust the process. This card is a sign that your hopes and dreams are unfolding. You may not think so, but you need to remember that you may be working on human time, whereas God is always working on soul time, which can never be measured or rushed. You're being guided to know that your angel team is with you right now, encouraging you to call in the support of heaven in aligning your current situation with love. Imagine yourself in your situation covered in golden light and ask your angels and guides to show you the best way forward, knowing they are always working for your highest good. What's just for giggles? What's the next one? The next card directly after that is do the work. So what is it? Cut the cord, trust divine timing, and then just do the work. Okay, so let's just keep going because at this point, again, part of me is perturbed, but the other part of me is kind of like, what the fuck is going on right now, dude? Some of you are like, whatever, Grace, because the message may not really be what you want to hear. But some of you have been here since the beginning of this message, and you're like, holy crap. How the heck does this keep happening? You're watching me shuffle. You're watching the cards come out. You're watching the flow. Whatever. Okay. So, what you learning now, what you need to learn right now. It's funny that we talk about right now and then it's timing, right? Like now and time. Okay, anyways. But what is it that so does this mean you need to learn it soon or you will learn it soon? I don't know. Let's see what we got. You will soon learn. You need to learn to take a step back. I don't know. It says take a step back. I think this is I think this is something you're in the process of learning. Like right now, you're learning to surrender. And I feel like you're also learning to see things through the eyes of the universe. And I think that once this process is complete, then you'll be here. And rather than like being like standing in the midst of this, imagine that this is the Milky Way galaxy, right? Have you ever seen those pictures where they'll have like a little tiny dot and then they'll have a line pointing to the dot and it'll be like, you are here. And it's like a tiny little dot in this. Well, I feel like you're going from being a tiny dot in this to being outside of it and holding it in your hand, almost Two of Wands style. So I'm going to read it. Take a step back. Okay. You want to know what's freaky? Do you want to know what's freaky? Okay, I will admit that I'm starting to understand that this this deck the book is in order by alphabetical. So I guess as I'm thinking and saying this, it does make sense that right after surrender is take a step back. But I did not think or know that just now when I was showing you the image. So hold on, and what's after that? Is it trust the universe? No, and you know what's after that? Oh wow, there's a bunch of stuff, but see, how would I know that? Okay, so it's surrender, take a step back, take charge and action, transformation, and then trust the universe. I think this is saying that trusting the universe requires a heightened sense of awareness. There's a lot more that goes into it, and so this is just the first step of really having that full-on trust, but this is the next stage. So right now, you've been working on surrendering. Here's kind of the information you needed to understand about this most recent season. You're moving into a new season where you're learning to take a step back. I don't think that this is about taking a step back, like, let me get away from this stuff. This could be talking about detaching. I've heard people talking about like falling back, like falling away from the situation and kind of giving it some space. I think this is less about taking a step back that way and more about taking a step back to be able to see the bigger picture, right? Not I'm a step out and I'm a fade away, but more so I'm stepping back with purpose to continue looking with more understanding. So after surrender, surrender says surrender is a spiritual practice, but it's not an easy one. But your angels are working in your favor, and their miracles will unfold with ease when you move into a state of trust. Okay, stop. If you're feeling overwhelmed or emotional at this time, your angel guide wants you to know it's okay to let it go. To help them usher positive energy into your life, ask yourself what you need to let go of in order to grow, and then action it. All right, now let's take a step back. Your angels are guiding you to take a step back and reflect before proceeding further. There is an excitable and action-oriented energy around you at this time, but you are being encouraged to review the situation before making any moves. Remember that you are a sensitive being, and should the correct steps and intentions not be lined up, you could open yourself up to harsh energies or a situation that could be limiting to your growth. In order to have the best experience and a positive outcome, take some time now to meditate on your actions, intentions, visions, and goals. I believe just now when it said now, it meant to go here. Remember, because this was now. So it's saying take some time now, divine timing, to meditate on your actions, intentions, visions, and goals. Are all of my actions trusting divine timing? Am I doing things and moving? Am I saying I trust it, but then moving like I don't trust divine timing? Are my intentions flowing with divine timing? Or am I intentionally going against it, even though I know that's not possible when I really take the time to think about it? Are my visions with divine timing? Or am I constantly trying to envision a way where the impossible for the moment, possible for the future, but the impossible for the moment suddenly becomes available? Because that is going to continue to stop my understanding in the truth of miracles. If I keep creating visions in my head, knowing that that would need a miracle, and then that miracle doesn't happen, then guess what? I'm going to stop believing in miracles. That's another message. Goals. Are my goals in divine timing? There is nothing wrong with setting big, hairy, audacious goals. There is nothing wrong with having these wild dreams. There is something wrong when you then take that goal and you try to misalign it for your own. That's manipulation. That's not goal setting. A lot of you will tell your guides, I'll do this if you do that. Oh, I will finally do that thing you've been telling me I have to do as a part of my life goal and my life purpose when you give me my DM. That's not how it works. Call in your angels and invite them to guide you to make decisions that will be supportive of your expansion and highest good. Again, highest good, highest good, highest good. You might need to take that mantra on for this next part of this season you're in, this next part of your journey. Highest good, highest good, highest good. That's it. All right. When we try to rush ahead or force something to happen, we can often miss signals, signs, and messages that are encouraging us to change course. If you have a big decision to make now or in the midst of moving a project forward, your angels are encouraging you now to take a step back and breathe. What is for you won't go by you. Your angels are encouraging you to step into the energy of trust. When you do so, you will draw universal energy and support to you. If you have concerns about another person or relationship, this card is guiding you to draw back and respect the space of others. Let this be a time of self-care, self-awareness, and when you step back, let the universe step in. See, the reason why you had to do this first is because if you didn't know how to surrender and let go, you wouldn't be able to do this either, because the first step in taking a step back is surrendering so that you can take the step back. See, oy vey, I know how it gets. I know sometimes I come out with the messages and it's like, Grace, I already knew that. I didn't need you to just point it out to me. Jeez. All right. Okay. Final message. We have an energy here. This is the energy, I think, of what's happening next. Joy and contentment. Hallelujah. Oh, and look at that beautiful tree of life. And I love the colors, nice high vibe colors. I'm seeing bliss and beautiful visions and dreams, decisions and intentions driving us forward that make us feel good, being able to express our deepest truth. I see communication in this. This is the 10 of Cups. So much love. What do we need to understand about this? Wow. I knew it. Okay, I was wondering, if this chick is an angel, I sure can't see her wings. What are the odds that you have? I mean, frankly, I'm gonna just be real with you. All the people in this deck, you can see it's such a beautiful, diverse deck. But these two people look about the same. This looked like the heavenly version and the earthly version. So in what the message here is the heavenly version is encouraging you to remember where you come from, to remember who you really are. And in that remembrance, you will be surrounded. See, you don't need the angel wings to fly when you are surrounded by the energy of your higher self, because your higher self can send you whatever you need in the moment. Even if it's a plane ticket and not some freaking fairy dust. Whatever the case is, the sacred plan cannot be stopped. It's already been in motion since before you were born, and it will continue after you leave this realm. You're being asked to find contentment and trust. I got a few people whose freaking readings just came to my mind. Honey. Okay, that's proof though. So what's the card? Let's just read, because this, again, went way longer than it was supposed to go. How was I supposed to know this was going to happen? I totally thought we were going to get some message I've never heard before, and it's like, nope. So, okay. In the end, what's the final message? We're understanding what's happening here. We see that, to me personally, the only people who are going to see this as a bad message or like a waste of their time are people who came here saying, can you just give me my timeline for union so I can get out of here? Can you just tell me where my DM is? You're going to be like, this was stupid. But pretty much everyone else, just the signs and syncs alone, the repeating in the words. I mean, the fact that I think I've used this deck 4 times. I mean, come on, guys. So, what's the card? Final message. Look at that. Ooh. You know, it's funny because look, I showed you this, and this person has this thing, right? And this is them like kind of letting it go. And we see this kind of bigger picture, universe, galaxy swirl. You are here. We see the person learning to kind of step back and see it for the bigger picture for what it really is. And here I say, look at that. You are working it. You are really working it. Third eye. I feel like this is, for some reason, this reminds me of the shadow. Remember I said sinking back into the shadow? I feel like this is you stepping out of the shadows. I think this is saying that some of you may have in a little kind of recent time lately, just been feeling just weird. And some of it is icky weird, and some of it is just like, I feel off today. And I think this is saying it's time for you to step back out now, because there is a new sense of clarity. What is this clarity about? What do we need to understand? Strength and guidance. Wait. Oh, look at that. Strength and guidance is right before surrender. So we have pretty much a bunch of, wow, this is kind of crazy. There really is something about this. What's after this? Oh, it does. It goes to trust the universe. And there's that. That's crazy, because that was the card that when the first time I used this deck for the collective. All right, finish. Read, Grace, read. All right, so final message. What is it that you need to know? Don't underestimate the power of your soul. You are strong. You are resilient. You have the capacity to rise above any challenge. Divine intervention is taking place at this time. Whatever is occurring in your life is providing a real learning curve. Learning curve. Freak. Learning curve for your soul. You're becoming more aware. more aware of what will lead you to fulfill your purpose and what will divert you from your joy. Oh my gosh. Your angel guide is encouraging you to recognize that the feelings that are coming to you now are guidance that will help you understand the steps that you need to take and the moves that you need to make in order to be aligned with abundance and support. Angels are encouraging you to dig deep and hold your station. If you're wondering what the next step is, know that it will be revealed in due course. Don't change your plans or your vision or your goals for anyone. This is not a time to take drastic action, but to remain committed and strong. Keep up the good work. Angels are encouraging you to recognize the power of your prayers and intentions at this time. Recognize too that angels are with you and willing to guide you on the journey. The universe itself is with you. If you trust in it, you will draw down the power of the cosmos, and the right steps will be revealed in such a way that it will be effortless for you to take them. Know that it's not your job or duty to know everything that's unfolding, just to take one step at a time until the solution and outcome are revealed. Have faith. Positive things are happening. Again, what more can I say? What if you feel that this message resonates, comment some sort of space theme, cosmo themed, like a star or like a comet or like maybe some angels. That'd be cool. You could comment an angel. Comment something. Comment something that makes you remember this moment. Maybe it'll be something weird, an emoji you've never used. Maybe it's like a black heart. I just feel this moment, this is something that you keep getting the messages here and there, but they're kind of sprinkled into the reading. Maybe the reader explains it and says, hey, try this, try that. But this is a moment where so many of you just got straight up divine permission. Divine permission to let go of everything you've been carrying. I sense some people have been having pain in their chest. I sense some people have been having pain in their shoulder. Almost, I talked about this before. I've had that pain before myself. Imagine, this angel, their wings probably like deep underneath their shoulder blades is where their wings probably connect to them, to their body. I feel people have been having pain like that behind their shoulder blade. I feel people have been having pain. What would you call this? What is this? It's all up and through this area, front and back, where these angel wings would be connecting. And I just get this sense of heaviness, great burden. I get this feeling, and I'm telling you, release it. It's gone. There are real burdens out there, sure, but that one was not yours. It never was. And I think the reason why, just like some of us, we go and we want a yes only for our love and our DM and our relationships, and we miss all the other yeses. Sometimes we think our burden is our twin or our journeys are getting scary, or maybe we don't have anybody to talk to, but it's really something else, something over here. We're confusing ourselves. I want you to know that your guides have a message for you, and if you still haven't gotten it, if you still can't see, it's probably because you're carrying something that you believe is yours and never was. If it was your DM's pain, you can let that go, for them and for you. If it was parent pressures, expectations of friends, co-workers embarrassing you and making you feel like you have to do a certain thing a certain way, siblings showing you up on accident, triggering you in ways you didn't even know were possible. I feel your pain. I feel a lot of people going through a lot of stuff right now. But the sucky part about it is, for many of you, you're not even actually going through it. Like, it's not like there's current drama. It's just the weight of the past, the weight of something, again, that's, it's almost like it grew onto you. It's this growth on you, and you feel like it's a part of you now, but it is a parasite. It's not there to help. And honestly, it's not even like throwing on a weighted vest to go for a run so you get a little bit more of an exercise or a workout. This is stopping you from breathing fully. I want you to breathe in right now. And I want you to breathe in every good feeling. Keep breathing in, blow out. Every time you blow out, all the pressure, all the fear, all the way out. Breathe all the way in. Trust. Oh, I believe. Blow it all out. Anything that doesn't serve me is no longer mine. It is gone. See, some of you don't realize that burden is already gone. Some of you felt it leave, but it was almost like that. It's like a ghost, you know? It's a ghost hump. Sounds crazy, but that's what I see. Don't worry. Soon enough, you'll start to feel lighter. You'll find your strength. You'll see how strong carrying that made you. But you'll also realize how much it was slowing you down, and you don't have to do that anymore. I believe in you. And obviously, so does God, source, spirit, universe, your guides, angels. It seems pretty much like anyone and everyone that you could think of wants to support you here. Wants to know, or wants you to know that they see you. They know what you're going through. They know what you think you need, what you believe you need, but they also know what you really need, and they're there. They never stop being there for you. I'm going to say a prayer. So if you're not into that kind of thing, or if you're not comfortable receiving a prayer from someone who believes in Jesus, you know, I'll talk to you guys later. But I'm going to say a prayer at the end of this video, okay? Is there anything I'm supposed to say? Check out my website. I'm a good steward. Hi, welcome. I'm Fiery Grace the Gifted. This is my website, thefierygrace.com. You can email me, thefierygrace@gmail.com. I accept PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, and Stripe. If you want to pay with anything other than PayPal or Amazon, or enter a discount code, you do need to complete the customer information in the cart section in order to get to that section. If you don't give me your email, I cannot send you your reading. Please make sure, if you have not heard from me and you made a purchase, shoot me your email. Me and Mr. Lightwork will not call you to get your information. Please email us directly. I have a sale going on, 44% off everything right now. Is that everything? Because I just feel like there's somebody, I don't know if there's one person or a bunch of y'all, but I can feel it. There's like this welling up in this chest, and it just, why are you scared? Are you scared that you can't do this? Because I don't think you're scared of not being in union, or no, I think you're scared of what you're going to do between now and then. I think you're scared of falling in love with the wrong person, or pursuing things with the wrong heart. You're afraid of something because of who you used to be, but you're not that person anymore. I don't know what's going on, but I can feel it. I just want you to know you are wrong. And that part of you underneath that still has that hope, that is the only thing that keeps you going, has been right all along. But the part of you that just can't believe anymore, it's a trick. I'm going to pray that out of you. Father, thank you for being with every single person that can hear my voice. Thank you for standing with them, carrying them through, even when they don't even realize that they have stopped trudging forward. Thank you right now for releasing heartache, pain, fear, anger, distrust, for opening hearts and minds and souls to all the good that you have, to helping people who have never in their life felt true joy, learning in the first experience that that is the taste of it, for giving people new addictions. Lord, if you can't beat them, join them, Lord. Help them. If they can't let go, oh, I thank you that you are going to turn every icky thing, every flaw into something powerful and good and unstoppable. Thank you for turning that fear into hope, that pain into joy, that hate into love, even if it is hate of self, the embarrassment of the past into a testimony of power. I thank you, God, that you walk with every single person that can hear this message and you remind them exactly who they are. I thank you that in this moment, it is done. Thank you, God, for revealing all that needs to be revealed in perfect divine timing, even in this moment. Thank you for revealing truth. And thank you for everything you keep from us, whether it be forever or for a time. Thank you for helping us to trust it no matter what. Lord, I am praying for healing, and I'm thanking you right now. Shoulders healed, chest pain gone. Ugh, I feel it. That the pain deep in the back, Lord. I don't know, gone. Let the blessings continue to rain upon all your people, Lord. Help us to surrender to you. Thank you, Lord. Thank you so much for giving us the deepest desires of our heart, the desires that set us on our path and on our way. And thank you for showing us you, that we may know the highest good no matter what the situation. Thank you for giving us the chance to serve you, God. We trust you. In Yeshua's name. In Jesus' name. Amen. If you needed that, type amen. Remember this. When you leave, grab a piece of scrap paper, pull out your phone, do something. Just write 2-3 sentences. Maybe you thank your guides. Maybe you say a quick prayer, because now you finally know exactly what you need to know for this moment. Maybe you release all the previous prayers and you say only the highest good, the highest truth. That is all I will accept moving forward. But remember this reading. I came in wanting to tell you what you wanted to know. And instead got this. We got trolled. Because they want us to lighten up, guys. They want us to be happy. I love you. There is someone in pain right now, man. I don't know what's going on. Oh, man. I don't know what's happening, but I don't like it. If there's anything that I can do just hope you're okay. I love you. I did this, right? Yeah, it's already out. Okay, I gotta go. Because this is a lot, guys. Oh man. Did I tell you guys everything? I'm discombobulated. I can't do it. I think I did this already, so that's everything. Oh, I knew it. Twin Flame Summit. I knew I was forgetting something, guys. Twin Flame Summit. If you want to join us, the Twin Flame Summit is April 11th. Every season, once a quarter, we will be coming together for a forum of leaders in the Twin Flame community. We will be discussing topics important to the entire global collective. And this coming summit seats are almost sold out. There's, I think, 2 moderator spaces left. If you're interested in moderating, shoot me an email, thefierygrace@gmail.com, and I'll send you over the requirements. And if you're interested in joining us, just visit thefierygrace.com. You can always just search Twin Flame Summit. And all the information is there, but I'll make sure I post that link underneath. Okay, now I really have to go. I love you. Yeah. Everything's going to be, like, to say okay isn't actually the right word. Everything's going to be amazing. And the number of times we were told to trust, to me says, do that, because it's not just a recommendation. It's an order. It is an order, and divine intervention is happening right now. And as long as we follow orders and remain aligned, I just have a really strong feeling that the things we've been going through that have literally been showing up as physical symptoms, I mean, it will make sense. And I'm talking very, very, very soon. All right. I love you. I'm going to go now.